Hi, good evening.
Very good evening, ma'am. How are you doing?
I've been good. Thanks for asking. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic, ma'am. Thanks for asking. Nice
Okay.
to meet you again here.
Yeah, same here.
This yes.
So, any progress, any doubts, any confusion so far?
No, ma'am. I'm trying to speaking like whatever I'm receiving the feedbacks from tutors. I'm trying tutors and I'm trying to focusing on them. So far the journey is going good.
That's nice. Happy to hear that. So, shall we get into the topic, or do you want to talk about something first?
Today I want to talk on something, ma'am.
Not this?
Yes.
Okay. I thought
So
the topic was very interesting, but that's okay. Yeah, we can talk
yeah,
something.
actually there is not. I don't have that much funny situations was there in my career, ma'am. So
Okay.
that's why I would like to discuss a topic, ma'am, that is online versus offline education.
Interesting. Very
Yeah,
interesting.
it's a debate kind of thing. So what you want to choose, ma'am?
Okay, so I have to pick sides now.
Yes, you justify your like interesting place, like maybe online or offline. Then I'll try
Yeah.
to justify my side. So it would be interesting, not only for both of us and also the listeners who is coming to my YouTube channel, for
Okay,
them
okay.
also. Yes,
Okay. So
yeah,
I'll pick offline.
you'll pick
So,
offline. Yes,
yes,
yeah. Please start, ma'am. So why you think that offline education is better than online?
I think the human contact is a very essential part of teaching and learning process. And since we get that in an offline education, uh, that is a very crucial component of child development also, because when we are children, we don't know certain things about social cues, about how to navigate social situations. And I think a lot of it has to do with how we have been born and brought up. And in a teaching learning environment, I think we get a lot of that open space to be able to talk and learn about these things on a much deeper level, instead of just reading from books or interacting to your mentors via a screen.
Yeah, but what I feel that, ma'am, now we are grown a lot. Now we are in a developing stage. So this time we don't need no need to physical interactions is not going to help a lot, because now the like scenario is completely different. It's a AI market, like artificial intelligence came into the market. So the people want to explore a lot. So if you are in an online place, so you have a lot of options are available. In offline there is only one place you can go. You must learn from that one person. But in online we have multiple options are available, and multiple ways we can learn that one particular thing. For example, in offline only teacher can explain in a board, or he can use some pictures like that. But in a online, teachers has a potential to explain a lot of things. For example, they may come up with animation videos. They may come up with some practical videos of industry experts like that, and they may create some coloring the matter in the if when they are teaching, so that it looks very interesting. And so there the way of delivering is also different, because they can feel free from their home. They can teach from their home own house, so they no need to travel a lot. So they are very comfortable in their own particular place, so they can better contribute themselves as compared to the offline teaching. So I feel online to teaching is the best way to learn. That's what I feel, ma'am. What do you think?
Yeah, those were valid points about how online teaching can help support that, and when we don't have a physical classroom present. So those were valid ideas, but I would go on and back to my argument that for younger children, it is preferable that we do have offline spaces till the time they are grown up. So, for example, this session, you are here because you can access and navigate technology to the best of your ability. But if I compare it to a young learner who hasn't uh, developed the sort of uh, skills and expertise that they need in order to navigate a space like this, because we know it's full of malware, and they can get exposed to things that they shouldn't get exposed to at a particular age. So if that exposure is happening at a younger age, that can be detrimental to their growth and psychology too. And we have nobody to take care of that. So unhindered access to these technologies can be very detrimental to young children. So I would go back to my point and say that at least for young children, we should still have physical offline teaching learning methods so that they are able to learn about social cues and have a good personality. Because a lot of the times, what gets missing in these offline platforms is the human contact, the human touch, which I think is very crucial when it comes to child development.
Yeah, ma'am. I do agree with this point, ma'am. But something I want to tell you, ma'am, for human interaction, it doesn't need exactly a person need to go to a particular place. Like, ma'am, nowadays Google is also given a statement. Now, hybrid environment is going to be very helpful for people, so that they can come 1 or 2 days office and 3 days they can work from home. So that when they're coming to office 1 or 2 days, so obviously in a 7 day routine circle, you are only meeting your friends or your colleagues only 1 or 2 times. So you definitely try to be good with them, you don't try to be clash with the people. So that way it is very helpful for to build a relationship with the other persons as well. So in the same way, if we if the if it to, in a tuitions also, in some places also, if they are trying to put some kind of online some meetings in a weekly wise, or definitely education might be in a offline online, but definitely they try to involve into so many other things. For example, they are interested in cricket, they are interested in swimming, so that time they definitely met with their friends and they try to enjoy that atmosphere. So definitely there is a human interaction is always going on. And very important thing I would like to put in front of you, ma'am. In offline, when a person, suppose if I am busy somewhere, ma'am, I am unable to come to class, maybe due to some reason, so I lose that knowledge, I lost that knowledge. Nobody is going to explain me again for every person. So teacher is not going to explain every time if you are not coming, if you are not available, if your health is not good. So that kind of whatever we are losing that, we can we can easily find it in online online classes. Suppose if I am unable to uh, attend a class today, I can watch recording. Okay, ma'am. uh, and I can ask, suppose I taken a classes, ma'am. Suppose I want to tell you I am going for a UPSC coaching, for example. So if I am unable to attend a one class on a day, so my 15 hours will gone away, and rest next day I cannot like understand the topic very good, like. But in a off online, we have access to watch recordings, and every time teachers are available. First, this is very important thing, ma'am. Whenever you are learning a new thing, you will come across with lot of questions. The more you question yourself, the more you understand, right, ma'am? So that way, if we are getting up a lot of questions in our mind, there is nobody to answer in offline. You must wait till the day come, and you need to go to the place, and teacher must come, then only you can ask. And once the subject is completed by a tutor or teacher, then you cannot there is a very less chances you will find the same tutor and you can ask the person. But in online it's not like that. Even though the subject is completed, if you post that question in that application, the person will answer you. If you want, the person will take online sessions, doubt sessions are available on Sundays or Mondays. Anyway, the person can easily reach you. So these are the lot of advantages are there. So this is not available in offline education. So what you say? So I feel online education is the best way to learn and to grow. And one more important thing I want to tell you, ma'am. This is one of the uh, best things in online teaching. That is, suppose, ma'am, I want to learn from you, for example, ma'am. Is it possible for me to learn from you English in a offline?
It would be if you were residing within my local area.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Like that, if suppose a person is from a suppose you are in Delhi, I am in Hyderabad, somebody is somewhere like from Kashmir, someone. So is it possible, ma'am? It's really not possible. So you need to be strict to some kind of environment only. You need to stick to that person only. You need to learn from that person only. But in online, you have exposure. You can learn from the world's best tutors, teachers, whom you want. You have that accessibility in front of you, so that uh, you can better yourself by whom you want, like that, like you have an option. So that is also not available in offline. So this is my point of view.
Okay, that was a very compelling argument, and I do agree that, uh, in a way, online platforms blur the geography, and we can transcend those limits, the physical limits posed by these boundaries and limitations of living in different places. I do agree with that. But however, I would say studying online can be a very isolating experience. The person can feel they are on their own, and the point that you mentioned about losing touch with syllabus if you miss some classes, I think some of the best friendships that I've made in my life have been built through that experience, because the teacher wasn't present, but the friends who were there, the people who did attend the classes, they were so eager and willing to help me through it. And we used to sit together and we used to study and we used to go to each other's houses and we became friends. So I think that is a very crucial component of school education, something that offline education does provide. And this is something that I find missing in online education. So for example, if I compare offline education to an online model, I wouldn't get to experience this, because if I ask a peer like that, okay, please explain this concept to me, they would be like, okay, go to this recording, that recording, and you're done, right?
Yeah.
This is something I won't get to experience. I may not make those friends. I wouldn't have made those friends had I not attended those offline sessions, those classes. So I think this experience of going to school, and I think you would also agree that the best of memories that we have made in our lives that we'll cherish for our lifetime, those are made in school. So that would be my argument. It's not just about the study, it's also about what you get along with it.
Yes, ma'am. I do agree, ma'am. The best things like in our school age is it's obviously human interaction. By that interactions only now we are here. But somewhat I want to tell you, ma'am, it's okay for some kind of students only. The person who is like extrovert kind of person. If a person is ready to explore himself, he is ready to enter into all kind of discussions, for them that's okay. But what about the person who is a introvert kind of a person, who is a shy person, who is unable to speak in front of people, who is unable to ask a question in front of 100 people or 1,000 people, what they feel, they will be shy. So for that kind of persons, they may feel this education is not for me. That kind of thoughts also may come into that the person mind. But in online, it's not for that level. Nowadays online education is also very like advanced, ma'am. Now a person can come in a online tutors, in online teaching also. The person can directly open their mic, they can speak, they can ask their direct question to the teacher. at the time whenever they are getting any doubt. Nobody is watching him, nobody see his face, directly voice call. So there is a like you can elaborate yourself a lot, you can understand the topic in a much better way if you ask questions. So that is fulfilling by the online teaching. That is the one thing, ma'am. And after that, you have a one personal guidance sessions also available in online, but in offline it's not possible. Suppose 1,000 students are working in studying in a particular institute, is it possible to guide 1,000 people, ma'am, separately? It's not possible. But in online, yeah, that's possible. Like who is interested, who want the guidance, a tutor can come to take the sessions, and if they need extremely personal level guidance, they can directly go to the teacher. He is available because since he is not like he is from working from his home, so he can spend some time with the students. So that is fulfilling by the online tutorings. So this is what I feel, ma'am. So offline education is better, I must say. But for the people who is regular, who must say like doesn't get any problems in the coaching time, or he is extrovert kind of person, he want to explore a lot, he is ready to uh, ask questions in front of any number of people. But for an introvert kind of persons, it's going to be a altogether difficult situation. He might feel this education is not for me. And one more very important thing I want to tell you, ma'am. This is in a negative way, but this is also an aspect we need to see, ma'am. When you are interacting with a human in a offline, for example in a like a face to face, there is a possibility you may enter into different kind of feelings as well. Suppose a boy and a girl is meeting in a personal level, so there might be possibility love, affection may it may enter, it may distract their education also. And one more thing, if you try to involve with a lot of people, when you are involving into group discussions and all, if other person is trying to enjoy their life with so many other things, suppose a good mobile is there with other person, a good laptop is there like a Apple laptop, he's coming by his very good bike, super bike or car, like a Benz or some big cars. So we feel that like we distract ourself from the education and we enter into a lot of other things. And I also told you the feelings also may distract us. But in online, we are uh, we whatever the your situations, whatever what is the other person's situation, there is a, you cannot see anything, ma'am. So everybody equally valued there as compared to the offline education. So the person can feel we are also equal to others. So definitely they can also, their main focus will be on education only, not in any other things. So when there is no human interactions, definitely there is no any possibility, there is no possibility for entering into any kind of feelings. Maybe love, it may be affection, it may be any kind of feeling. So this is good about online education.
Okay. So
Yes.
I'll take it point by point. You mentioned that being an introvert can be, you can face challenges when you are an introvert and you enter into offline settings. But I would tell you my experience. I was once an introvert. I was that shy kid who used to sit by with a book in the corner and not speaking anything, not wanting to talk to people. But God knows I'm grateful for those experiences, that I got to interact, that those teachers did want to talk to me, that those friends did want to talk to me, because that's what made me come out of my shell and become the person that I am. So I would say that it can be very subjective. I won't say the positive experience that I have had in life, it would be the same for everyone. But I think online can be a bit more detrimental because if I imagine myself as an introvert in that situation, I could have been more isolated, not wanting to talk to people even more, because I would keep on overthinking and not put myself in those uncomfortable situations, which are uncomfortable just for maybe a fraction of a second. But then once you open up to people, they become very comfortable, and you, in a way, expand yourself. Because earlier you thought this was not possible, the ability to carry out a conversation, but then you become that person and you see yourself grow. I think that could be a very fulfilling and uh, a good experience in life to have as a student, especially when you are 14, 15, 16. You don't know what you are, but you read all these labels on the internet saying, oh, extrovert, introvert, and then you label yourself that and you think this is who you are, and you stick to it for the rest of your life. So I would say online education can be detrimental in that case. And I also believe that we are social beings. We cannot live without each other, be it online or offline. And we have to find ways to sort of interact. And those feelings don't go away just because we are on a screen. They stay with us. We would still feel nervous. We would still feel confused. All the human emotions, they carry us wherever we go, I think. And they can make us more antisocial also if we are not careful. uh, if we are online all the time and we are not having any human interaction, because at the end of the day we do have to step out in the world. We have to work jobs, we have to go buy groceries, we have to engage in social activities. So it's not like every each and everything is happening online. We have to step out for certain things, right? So I think school system, offline system, prepares us for that when we are young, so that later
Yeah.
on when we become adults, we don't have those problems. And talking about one-on-one interaction that one can get online, I think the same can be done offline also. Because in school also we used to have doubt sessions. We used to go and ask the teachers, okay, please tell the doubt areas. And we used to have parent-teacher meetings, and in those also, I think the individual attention that is required for a better teaching learning process, it was there. So it can be done. It just depends on the priorities of the institution, be it online or offline. I think uh, certain offline institutions can do a better job at one-on-one counseling and tutoring, and some online may not be doing as good a job. So it just depends on the priorities of the institution. And like I said, offline also provides the experience of a real world. So it's like a mock, it's like a demo that we get. So we get to interact, we get to have those social problems, how to deal with bullying, how to deal with the politics of a group, when you are feeling neglected in a group. Or so we get to voice those opinions on a school level. And we while interacting with those peers, we get to understand how to solve those problems in the real world when they arise. So if a person has always been in their shell, so for example, if I've stayed in my room all my life and this is where my teaching learning takes place, and I don't step out, then I would be so miserable when I actually have to step out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You pointed very nicely, ma'am. I think yes. Uh, in online education, the one more important aspect, ma'am, in terms of coaching fees also, it will be a little less compared with the
Right.
offline. Suppose if a person, yeah, so that is also advantage. So coming back to a conclusion, ma'am, yes, you said right, human interaction is going to be one of the most important aspect in our life. So definitely it should be 50-50 kind of thing, or it depending on a person to person, ma'am, like in which where you are staying, what is your conditions and how you are good at. But definitely you must ready for online, and you must be like hybrid kind of thing is always
Hybrid,
going to
yes.
be helpful, ma'am, so that human interactions will be there. At the same time you can learn a lot compared with offline. So and you
Definitely.
can find the best way of learnings in online. So by enjoying the best things in online is very very important for a person. At the same time, involving in physical relations or physical interactions is also very important for our future enhance, like you can say, improvement. So this is
Definitely.
my yeah.
Yeah, you actually concluded it very nicely. And should I get to the feedback now?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay, so uh, I think I mentioned it the last time as well, if I'm not wrong. The singular plural mistake, did I? So
Yeah, ma'am. There are few mistakes I made.
yeah,
Singular plural.
sometimes you need to use s and you're not using it. Sometimes you don't, but you're using it. So you can go back, because I was so invested in the actual debate, so I couldn't actually note
Okay.
down where you were making those mistakes. So you can go back to the session and point
Okay,
those out.
ma'am.
Okay, and keep noticing the pattern of mistakes, like I said. Anything else, anything you want to say?
Ma'am, what about the grammar part, ma'am? Have you seen any changes in my like last session to till now, or
I think your fluency has definitely improved, or maybe it has to do with the fact that we were having such a wonderful debate and you were able to think of ideas. Were you prepared beforehand, like for this?
no, no, no? I never prepare. I never come to any sessions. Right on the way, I can say like
Okay,
on the flow. By flow it
okay.
comes. What I
That
came
was
in my
good.
mind.
That was very good. So you have a very strong conceptual knowledge base, and you challenged me today to think about something, and I was not expecting this to happen, but it was a very intense and intellectually fulfilling experience for me as well, to be able to talk about these things and think about ideas I don't usually have to think about. So yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am. Yeah, yeah, by this way, actually, I'm also enjoying a lot, ma'am. So, what I believe is that, ma'am, whenever you are in the debates, maybe not every time, but sometimes if you are in a debate, the debate means, ma'am, you are trying to uh, like prove your points. So when you are in a proving in a mode, definitely you don't focus about this and that. You want to focus on the flow only. So that way
Right,
we can increase our English fluency like that.
definitely.
I got some idea, but sometimes only. If we
Yes,
focus every time the same way, then nothing will come. Only fluency will
yeah,
come, but all the mistakes will.
feedback, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, because here I could just point out these because it was way too obvious. So singular plural mistake was very obvious, and you can do a lot to improve the sentence structure. So sometimes you
Yeah.
were jumbling words, saying something before and not afterwards. And I was busy taking notes for the debate, so I couldn't take notes for the feedback. So you can go back and listen to it, okay? And
Sure,
like you
ma'am.
said,
I'll definitely. Mhm.
the objective of the debate is actually not to prove our point, it's actually to get to truth.
Yeah, truth.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, sure.
so I
Uh,
think this is also a very good exercise, getting to truth and be okay to limit admit mistakes. So I was acknowledging your positive points, you were acknowledging my positive points, so that was a very healthy debate that way.
yes, ma'am. And this is the second time we are coming up with unexpected topics, and it's going very good, ma'am. Maybe in the next
Okay,
session, I'll come up with one more interesting topic.
okay, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it
Thank you
was
so much,
good.
ma'am, for your time, and I really
Thank
enjoyed
you.
a lot this session with you.
Thank you, me as well, thank you.